Spanish country victorious and the other not so much.
You'll see the trophy in a second or two. One of these clubs is going to have a major problem getting it through customs when they head back to the Spanish mainland. Deep breath, take in the atmosphere. It is game time. The Real Madrid and Barcelona roadshow rolls into Jeddah. Hardly a spare seat in the 62,000-seater stadium. The second Clasico of the season. Real Madrid are looking for payback after they were humiliated back in October. Barcelona won in La Liga by 4-0. At that point, Barcelona had won 12 out of 14 games. But they have spiraled since then. Real Madrid are a model of consistency. Champions of Spain, champions of Europe, aiming tonight to win the Spanish Super Cup for the 14th time, which would take them level with Barcelona. The Spanish FA exporting the biggest game in world football. Two masters down on the touchline. Hansi Flick, who's won every final that he's ever managed with Bayern Munich. Carlo Ancelotti, who has taken 15 majors as the boss of Real Madrid. A familiarity between the two sets of players. We have 22 of the world's best on show here this evening. He's incredible. He's 17 years of age. Lamine Yamal, and only getting better as well. Scored in the semi-final against Athletic Bilbao. And Real Madrid made hard work of it, getting past Mallorca to make it here to the final. It's effectively a final four of Spanish football. The two cup finalists and the first and second in the La Liga standings. Well, this is the Real Madrid team. Same 11 that beat Mallorca. Tchouaméni filling the awkward defensive position. Jude Bellingham, the form thoroughbred at the moment, 9 goals in his last 12 matches. Kylian Mbappe aiming to score in his third final for Real Madrid. It is like refereeing a world heavyweight clash. Jesus Hilmanzana, the man in the middle, his fourth Clasico. The previous three where he's officiated, Real Madrid have won all three. He does have the backup this evening of Javier Iglesias Villanueva, and I think they've sneaked a couple of extra officials in there on the plane.
There's a lot of them, isn't there? Assistant to the assistant to the assistant, I think there is some in there.
The tourists, as they call them. Big call for Barcelona, but Chesney keeps his place in goal. It is also an unchanged team. Gavi scored and assisted in the semi-final. And look out for Lamine Yamal, the best young player in the world at the moment. There's the calmest man in the world, Carlo Ancelotti. He says the key tonight is to defend well. Clash of cultures, two football clubs with a rich history, superstars everywhere you look, out on the field but also in reserve. Different ideologies, even different languages in the cities of Madrid and the Catalans of Barcelona. Bring the magic over to Saudi Arabia, leaving behind the European winter. Close to 80 degrees, and the heat is on that centre circle as Barcelona kick off. This has been billed as the greatest rivalry in club sport. Sit back and enjoy it. May the best team win. Difference in styles as well. Expect Barcelona to be forthright in the faces of Real Madrid. Ancelotti has said that it will come down to the complete block. He's the only coach I know that names his starting 11 2.5 hours before the game. It's like he's playing poker, throws his cards out on the table and says, go on, beat that.
I mean, Real Madrid are Real Madrid, Rob, to be very honest. You know what their team's going to be. There's going to be no surprises. If everybody's fit, everybody plays, all the big hitters play. He very rarely rests players just for the sake of it, and when they play Barcelona, his strongest 11 is out there. It's good to see Luka Modric back on the substitutes bench after his illness. He's there, had a little bit of experience.
We have the young and the old, a couple of 17-year-olds in the Barcelona team. Modric, 39 years of age. If he scores, comes on and scores, he'll be the oldest player to ever score in a Clasico. So many ifs, buts and maybes. There is Gavi, who's back to his superb best after over a year out of the game with a very horrible injury. Jude Bellingham on the ball. Is there a better player in the world at the moment than the Englishman? Ball is thrusting forward. Rafinha, the skipper. Measured pass to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal. Oh, it's a little tester. Needed the very big hand of Courtois.
Yeah, Mendy has to know that he wants to cut inside, gets a little touch on it just to divert it away from Thibaut Courtois, but he makes that save. He'll look to do that often. Lamine Yamal cutting onto his favoured left foot. Nice start.
A left-footed corner from Rafinha, which suggests they're going to swoop it away from the goalkeeper. Rudiger with the header. It's like a magnet to the boot of Lamine Yamal. He goes on a diversion around all defenders, but just run out of space. He's an entertainer. He's a crowd pleaser. He's the key man for Hansi Flick.
I mean, thankfully for Barcelona, they've had this conveyor belt of wonderful, wonderful footballers in their team. Because the problems they've had, yet they can still bring in Casado, Gavi, Pedri, Balde, and now they've got Yamal. I mean, thankfully, the Messiah is working very, very well to protect the finances of the club, because they are just about hanging on, aren't they?
They have needed that rich quarry, as they call it, of players coming through the soccer school of Barcelona. They sign them when they're roughly 6 years of age and teach them the ways of Barcelona, and as they've had financial difficulties, they've needed a number of graduates to make up the first team pool.
Yeah, they've got Kubasi as well. I never mentioned him. Another youngster. I mean, it's incredible how they're still performing to this level with them all.
Kubasi's 10 days away from his 18th birthday.
Yeah.
Here is Gavi. Yamal. Gavi on the blind side of Camavinga. Hangs the ball in there. Rafinha! Wow.
What a save.
That was world class from Courtois.
Where's the defenders? Look at Lucas Vazquez, Rob. He's got him. Now he hasn't. He was clever, Rafinha. He just gives him a little tug, gets him off balance. He should have scored, but it was a wonderful save from Courtois.
Ask your granddad. There's a famous save from Gordon Banks. Was it back in the 70s?
Yeah, it was,
from a Brazilian. It was like Pele-like.
In the Brazil World Cup, yeah.
Talking of Brazilians, here is Vini Jr. A man with more speed than most. Kylian Mbappe, 2-on-2. It's not just any two for Real Madrid. Mbappe scores! The man for the occasion! He scored in the European Super Cup, he scored in the Intercontinental Cup final, and now he scored in the Super Copa final. A super slalom to goal from Kylian Mbappe.
And if you're ever going to see the best of Kylian Mbappe, it's one-on-one chasing somebody back. This was a mismatch. Vinny Jr. wins it from Casado, and that's when the red lights start bouncing. Look at that. It's two of the greatest players in the world, 2-on-2. Balde. If anything, Vinny Jr. almost runs Pedri across. It was the wrong run, but Balde just falls for Kylian Mbappe's drop of the shoulder, puts it on his stronger right foot, smashes it past Chesney to lead. Within 60 seconds, Rafinha misses a great chance to put them in the lead. Madrid go down the other end and go up.
Well, he's had his critics since joining Real Madrid, with a great fanfare last summer. He had a mixed game against Barcelona last time out. He was caught offside on 8 occasions.
It was terrible.
It's a bit of bad publicity that night, wasn't it? That was absolutely world-class.
Yeah, you can't be 2-on-2. Pedri and Balde against Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. There's only one result, unfortunately.
Now Vinny Jr. is away. Chesney comes to the edge of his area. Well, the standard has been set with that save from Courtois and the incredible goal from Mbappe at the other end of the field. If anything, it was Barcelona who was setting the tone of the game.
It stemmed from a Barcelona corner. I mean, there's nothing worse if you're the team who concedes it, to have a corner and let the opposition run right down the other end and score. Oh, he's too quick.
Here he goes again. Rodrigo wanted on this near side of the field. Referee right on top of the situation to rule that there was no foul on.
No, I don't think it was. I think he tripped on the grass.
His teammates in white tend to disagree.
You see his feet give way on the sand, on the grass. I don't know whether a bit of turf comes up and he goes over on his ankle. He chops inside and he just, you see it here, there, he just slips. All the turf comes up on that left foot. Yes, Koundé does stand on his foot, but he slips first actually, and it's accidental, and there's the goal. See Pedri trying to keep up with Vinny Jr. as well. Vinny Jr. almost should have just left Mbappe alone, leave him to be one-on-one and trust his partner, but it didn't matter, thankfully. He got right out of the way. I thought Pedri would have followed Vinny Jr. across to try and help Balde out, but he stops.
An exponent in the art of scoring goals. His 15th for Real Madrid. Thankfully, he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully it was just the stamp on his foot from Koundé, and that he should recover from that, no problem at all. A twist of the ankle would have been worse. There's Florentino sitting on his throne upstairs.
Well, these are two global clubs. They were greeted by thousands of supporters when they jetted into Saudi Arabia, and they're as passionate in this corner of the world as they are anywhere about their football.
Oh, yes, they are. They've been blessed in Saudi Arabia, haven't they? They've had Inter Milan against AC Milan the week before.
Here goes Rafinha! Scrapes the post. What a game we have on our hands here. Not for the faint-hearted.
No, well, the boys said in the studio, didn't they? Goals, goals and goals, and that's what it looks like. Top heavy with forwards, and that's a wonderful effort by Rafinha. Just flashes past the post, but already he's had a number of chances, and personally
there's Jules Koundé. Lewandowski, he's not quite got into the flow of the game yet. Well, I know we're preaching to the converted when it comes to Spanish football fans, but a reminder that every single La Liga game can be caught on ESPN Plus all season long, in English y en español. Whatever your language, you've got to enjoy this one. They've come from all around the world to play for these two clubs. Koundé frees himself from his defensive shackles to Gavi. Yamal. Gavi. Yamal. They can't trip him. He continues to weave his way through the defenders. Casado gets involved as well. Here is Valverde. Inigo Martinez to Kubasi. Martinez. Balde. The one thing that Hansi Flick brought to the club when he took over was this revolutionary offside trap, which worked in the first Classico, but has caught them out in recent weeks, and they're looking a little shady, or shaky, shall I say, in defence.
Yes, they are. I mean, their high line when they defended was so high, it was always going to be exploited by a number of teams. See Balde's running backwards, Mbappe right, left, step over, smash, goal. Always getting Balde running backwards, dropping his shoulders, moving from left to right. It's almost impossible to mark when you're that sharp.
Well, here is the high line, which is always drawn by Barcelona, and it works this time.
They don't mind from a set piece, but when they're defending, when the opposition are attacking, it's incredibly dangerous. There's Juan Laporta, the Barcelona president, a man trying to sort out the financial situations at the club.
And the politics as well, of course.
Well, that goes without saying.
Dani Olmo and Pau Victor, you may well have seen the story. It's dominated the press in Spain, all over Europe in the last week. Two players who were only registered until the 31st of December, and then La Liga said that's it, you can't use them again. But it's gone to a Spanish sports council. They have been re-registered, but neither start the game tonight.
I mean, how can the league say they can't be registered and then you have to go to court? What an absolute mess they're still in Barcelona.
Well, it's like a constant soap opera, Spanish football.
Yeah, it is. There's Aymeric Laporte, ex-Manchester City player before he went to join Al Nassr with Ronaldo. Sitting in the crowd.
Saudi league,
very knowledgeable.
Trying to work out what the larger cry is. Is it Madrid or is it Barca?
Yeah.
They know the words over here.
I thought the last shout that we heard, which got shouted down, was for Messi, actually. They started singing that.
This is Pedri, who's kindly Alex Balde. It's good to see Barca and Real Madrid supporters sitting shoulder to shoulder. Hansi Flick seeking his first trophy as Barcelona manager. He had a sensational start. Ancelotti has to be the most underrated manager in the world. Won the league in Italy, England, France, Germany and Spain. Is unique. Bellingham. Rodrigo. Vinny Jr. Now they will crank at the volume when he gets the ball. Brilliant run from Bellingham, and Chesney had to be certain then.
Yeah, it was a great run. Expect more of that. Ali mentioned it, sitting with Kay in the studio. That late run, that run from Bellingham. This is where he's been getting goals from recently in his rewards. Running past Mbappe, running past Rodrigo. And that nearly worked. Expect more of that.
Lewandowski. Casado. Rafinha. Pedri. Rodrigo digging in. And now they counter-attack at speed again. Concerning as Mbappe is down on the floor holding his ankle. Play continues around him.
Yeah, they don't need to kick the ball out. He's got a sore foot, that's all. They can carry on. They're being nice, Barcelona, but they didn't need to kick the ball out.
Brahim Diaz is limbering up on the touchline, but let's face it, this man is irreplaceable.
Yeah.
We knew what the injury was. Koundé stood on his foot.
I see, this was nice play. And then he just slips on it, left foot, and Koundé stands on his foot, and it's just whether he can carry on or not. So he's getting a little extra bit of padding, that's all it is. So it's probably irritating him a little bit. But you certainly don't want to be losing him if he's fine after 15 minutes. He probably thinks he's going to score more today. He doesn't want to come off.
As we have a break, reminder what is coming up. Barcelona at Getafe next weekend in the resumption of La Liga for them. 3 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN+. Real Madrid hosting Las Palmas. That's Sunday, 10:15 Eastern time. They'll be without Vinny Jr. Remember, he's going to be banned for the next 2 games against Las Palmas and Valladolid. And there must be serious concerns about Kylian Mbappe. Meanwhile, there's a little sideshow. Rafinha and Rudiger giving us some bonus entertainment. Yeah, Rafinha's picked up the physio/doctor's bag and ran off with it. I mean, what on earth? What's he doing? He's trying to put a strapping on his foot. I'm trying to be helpful, he says. I mean, it's up to the referee to tell Mbappe and the staff to go off the pitch, not the Barcelona captain. Now he's told them eventually, which is fine. Real Madrid down to 10 men, and it's not just any man they've lost momentarily. It's the scorer of the goal after 5 minutes, Kylian Mbappe. Can Barca make the most of the extra player advantage? Casero, Inigo Martinez, lovely little flick. Pedri, just enough of an obstacle created by Tchouaméni. Yeah, lovely play again. Little flick by Rafinha into Pedri, made a nice run. Nobody picking him up, just runs off Camavinga and Fede Valverde. Tchouaméni's across. Continue to make chances, Barcelona. In the last quarter, Barcelona were caught short at the back and Real Madrid scored. Casado with a crunching shot. Still looking for his first goal on the senior side of Barca. Yeah, difficult opportunity. Slices right across him with his right foot. Vinny Jr. tried to close him down. Kylian looks like he's okay to return. A raucous roar from the Madristas. Is Danny almost happy to be back amongst the playing pack. Had an uncertain few months ahead of him. He could conceivably walk out of Barcelona, get all of his contract paid up and go to another club and get double bubble. Yeah. He said he doesn't want to, though. No, he wants to stay, but also he wasn't allowed to play for the Spanish national team, which would have been a disaster for him and the Spanish national team, of course, but thankfully it seems to be resolved for 5 minutes anyway. Oh, you're not going to see the end of that. No. Lamine Yamal. Brilliant turn. Superb defending though from Rudiger, who has been a rock for Real Madrid this year. So it's Mendy on this occasion. Yeah, nice turn by Gavi that time. A really good play. Barcelona make one of these corners pay. Lewandowski waiting for bits and pieces to fall his way. This time it is Rudiger who gets a grand distance on that header. Lamine Yamal. Bit of a chase for Inigo Martinez. He has many strengths, but crossing the ball is not one of them. Crossing on the half volley is not one of them. The way he sprinted back onto the field suggests that the strapping may be doing its job. the net. Martinez to Kupasi. You saw the possession stat, Barcelona dominating that. Now a test of the Real Madrid defence. Lovely drop of the shoulder from Lamine Yamal. He keeps his balance, he keeps his head, and he equalises for Barcelona. Mbappe won, Lamine Yamal won. You are watching one of the best young players in world football strut his stuff.
Oh yeah, I think you're watching the best, to be very honest. Because on the biggest of occasions, he keeps on delivering. And again, forwards against defence, there's only one winner. Look at Rudiger, gets caught out there, coming forward with Lewandowski, but doing nothing. And the youngster just strolls forward, and more importantly, the finish is exemplary. You don't need to thrash at it, you don't need to hit it as hard as you can, you just need to place it back across where the goalkeeper was coming from. Lovely, deft touch by Lamine Yamal. Barcelona get the rewards, it's been coming, they've made the better chances.
And mocking the celebrations of Real Madrid. Quarter of the game gone. Breathtaking. Real Madrid won, Barcelona won. The stars are coming out to shine.
Yeah, it's not a surprise at all that we've had goals, is it? Not a surprise at all.
Vasquez to Chouameni. Two goals from the Platinum Collection. Chesney comes well out of his area. This is a man who'd retired from professional sports last summer, the Poland international, but answered the call from Barcelona when they were a goalkeeper short. Here's Vasquez. Vasquez hits his own man. Falls to Rodrigo. Lucas Vasquez. Valverde, the expert in those long shots.
And there was a poor effort actually by Lucas Vasquez. Madrid moved the ball really well from the left over to the right. Now it's their turn with the corner.
Little stroll to the touchline for Carlos Ancelotti. Rodrigo to the far post. Chesney keeps it out. Oh, he does well. Not just to keep it out, but to guide it away from the hungry oncomers.
Yeah, Chouameni this time. Glorious isolation. Good save by Chesney. It just spins away from goal, away from the on-running Real Madrid players.
Take two. That'll be a take three as well.
See how it spins away from Lucas Vasquez. He's coming in at the far post. He thinks he's just going to have a tap in.
Can you imagine Chesney there, though? Is he thinking, if I spill this, I've got Kylian Mbappe waiting to pounce. Adventurous overhead kick. Towards the Camavinga.
It's Chouameni again.
He's only ever scored 3 goals for Real Madrid, none this season. And his role tonight in the team is to prevent the opposition scoring. Here's Bellingham. He's had a quiet start to the game.
It's a nice hit from him. It's Lewandowski. I don't know whether it was going on target.
Lewandowski. Rudiger. Vasquez selling Courtois a little short. He does the sensible thing. Sometimes kicking for touch is the only option.
Yep.
Bizarre ball.
Yeah, there was two bizarre balls. The first from Kubasi and then Fede Valverde.
And here's Kubasi. Pedri. Balde. Alex Balde, one of the Barcelona-born players in the team. There's another one. Casado's been the breakthrough player this season for Barca. Jules Koundé. Shoot is the demand. He does. And his Rudiger gets in the way. Sends Vinny Jr. on his travels. Vinicius Jr.'s biggest role tonight has been to win the ball back for Real Madrid.
Martinez has just gone to the ground. I don't know whether it was a muscle injury. There didn't seem to be a lot going on.
Well, he has been a constant.
Yeah, it doesn't look good though, does it?
Going through his exercises on the sideline is Ronald Araujo, who has only played one game this season. He picked up an injury in May of last year. I just wonder whether Inigo Martinez is carrying an injury, because they seem to have Araujo all ready to take his place.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's not even a conversation, is it? He's off and he's on, so yeah, there must have been problems beforehand. It's just whether now Ronald Araujo goes to centre defence, just a straight swap, or whether he goes at right back and Koundé comes into the centre. Probably a like-for-like change, I think.
Well, heartbreak for Inigo Martinez. He's only missed one game in all competitions this season. And an earlier than expected return for Araujo, the Uruguayan international, whose only appearance was against Bastro in the Copa del Rey. That's a fourth-tier team in Spanish football. Talk about being thrown in at the deep end. At his best, he's one of the finest defenders in the world.
And he's quick as well, so that'll help in that position.
Camavinga. The flow of the game is pretty much as we expected. Real Madrid giving the ball away though to Rafinha. Rafinha trying to find the space. Excellent recovery tackle from Camavinga. Now Vasquez.
And that ball is on, isn't it, for Real Madrid, but they just haven't played it correctly. That was Fede Valverde, you know. That wasn't a great ball over the top. Just need to be a bit calmer. Look at that, that's ridiculous.
Vinny Jr. was offside, but not interfering with play. Mbappe runs into one defender too many. Mbappe tackling Lamine Yamal. There'll be some photographers snapping away down there to get that photo. Camavinga. Brilliant ball. Perfectly timed run from Vinicius Jr. Catch him if you can. Koundé just stands his ground. Vinny Jr. does get the cross in. Balde, no direction on the header. Camavinga with a volley.
Again, here's the goal. Rudiger in no man's land. Mendy lets Lamine Yamal run off him. It's inevitable it ends up in the back of the net.
There's an awkward stretching of the knee of the veteran Robert Lewandowski. Checking his watch, just over 30 minutes gone. And if you're just joining us, you've missed two sensational goals. Kylian Mbappe, the classic counter-attack 5 minutes into the game. Equalised with a quarter of the game gone from Lamine Yamal, the 17-year-old wonder kid. Rafinha, big ask for ball. That is a textbook tackle from Valverde. Coaches will be clipping up things like that. That is an art form. Gavi. Lamine Yamal. Air of expectation in the stadium when he gets the ball. Conde's okay, coming back from an onside position. Mendy doing a good job in deterring him. First task for Aragon, winning the ball cleanly. Interesting, he's taken on the captain's armband as well. Kubasi. Easy for Rudiger. This is Lewandowski. Casado. Entertaining the crowds. Pedri. Workspace. Jules Koundé. Koundé goes for the early cross. There's a coming together of players there. Gavi goes down, referee says no, will be inspected by the VAR. Play continues around. Gavi is on the floor, it's Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski trying to give it to Rafinha, coolly cleared by Courtois. Javier Iglesias, Villanueva. The VAR will be rocking and rolling those replays to see if there was an offence not spotted by his Manzano.
They've stopped it now and they're talking. Cross comes in.
Caught him thigh height.
No. Barely touches him. Oh yeah, they'll give a penalty for it. But you see, he was diving before he even got there. There's a touchdown by his shin. He comes off his shoulder and he dives. I mean...
Well, I will play the devil's advocate and say that he caught him.
Of course he did.
Mid-thigh.
Of course he caught him, Robert. Didn't affect the play at all. He goes diving, it'll be a penalty. I've got no problem about that.
There we go, that is footballing charades. A word in the ear of Manzano. And I suspect that once he's seen the evidence...
Oh yeah, especially when he pauses it there. But look where the ball is. Gavi's diving beforehand, but yeah, I think he'll give a penalty. Camavinga catches him, barely catches him, but does catch him, and he'll give a penalty. But you can see Gavi's jumping and diving all at the same time. I know what it is. I've played this game before, but I think he'll give a penalty.
You've seen enough.
Yeah.
Another dramatic twist in the 259th matchup of these two teams. Penalty, Barcelona. Courtesy of a Tiller kick challenge from Camavinga, who also receives a yellow card.
I don't think that he shouldn't have got a yellow card. He dangles his foot out. You can see there's no ferocity. It's not a hard one, but yes, he catches him there. But he's going down straight away. He knows he's getting a penalty for it.
Robert Lewandowski will be getting a bit of jip from the Real Madrid supporters. with the players around him, but he will just make that white noise.
He's heard it all before, hasn't he? This great centre forward.
This is a man who lives for scoring goals. Lewandowski, perfect, gives Barcelona the lead. Gift accepted.
Yeah, see what it means to all the players on the bench. They know how important this game is. No messing around by Lewandowski, no pausing, no jumping, no trying to place it past the keeper. Small run-up, but smashes it past Courtois to give Barcelona the lead.
His 26th goal of the season. He's now scored as many in 27 games this season as he did the whole of last year in 49.
Yeah, all the major protagonists all got on the score sheet. Mbappe, Lamine Yamal, and now Lewandowski.
It is a who's who of world football. From 1-0 down to 2-1 up. And believe me, the drama doesn't end here. It should be noted it was Gavi that won the penalty as well. And he's been out for over a year, starting only his 5th game of the season. A lot of fears that he's going to come back the same player. Now it's Real Madrid's turn to score. It's like NBA action, isn't it? From one end to the other. Jude Bellingham. Vinny Jr. Brilliant ball. Rodrigo. Vasquez screaming for it. Has to readjust. Vasquez teases it in there. And once more it's Chesney to the rescue.
Yeah, again, it wasn't a great ball in by Lucas Vasquez. Just doesn't wrap his foot around it. Mbappe would have been offside anyway. It's been end-to-end, very enjoyable game.
Barty, they mix things up. Courtois will just take the sting out of the game. Barcelona have been on the road. This is their 8th game on their travels since they're at home to Brest at the end of November in all the competitions. They head back to Barcelona in midweek. Here is, oh, brilliant, Rafinha! How did 3 defenders not spot him coming in? A jump for joy. Barcelona are having the ball.
Yeah, the warning signs have been there for Madrid. They just cannot defend. They're fine when they dominate possession, which is most of the time, but it's not against Barcelona. They got caught out at the Bernabeu, a Robert Lewandowski header when he was free as a bird, and this is another one. Rafinha on the back. Look at him, look at the space between Tchouaméni and Lucas Vasquez. You could drive 6 buses through them. What on earth? Can't they talk to each other? Well, that was a wonderful cross and a fantastic header. He has to generate a lot of power to steam it past Thibaut Courtois, but he does. But that is awful defending, I'm sorry to say. The blink of an eye, it's 3.
A mix of the brilliant and the bizarre in this El Gran Clásico. The bizarre, how did Real Madrid fail to spot Rafinha? The brilliant Rafinha putting so much power into that header, and he knew he had to because it had a similar situation earlier in the game and Courtois had made a miraculous save.
Yeah, you'd have to see that goal again. And
oh, it's Vinny Jr. Magically came away with the ball. The referee, I think, suggesting he may have used his hand.
You'd have to see that goal again, Rob. But how can how can Tchouaméni and Lucas Vasquez, who's on the opposite side, be that far apart when a Barcelona player has the ball? It's just unheard of.
I was about to tell you a minute ago that Barcelona were playing Betis. They finally get back home on Wednesday night for the Copa del Rey round of 16. And Barca rudely scored as those mid-centres joined the team. 3 o'clock Eastern time. Every single game on ESPN+.
I mean, Barcelona have now scored 7 goals in the last 2 appearances against Madrid in 1.5 games. You can't concede 7 to your closest rivals in 1.5 games.
Well, back home in the Spanish top flight, Barcelona had lost the last 2 games against a little club called Leganes and Atletico Madrid, one of their rivals for the title. Whereas Real Madrid in all competitions, they're on a roll. They've won 7 of the last 8 games, so this is a real upset of the form book. Well, to tie the game, at least, Real would have to score 3 goals, something they've managed in 7 of the last 8 matches. Barcelona are dead set on finding their 4th first-half goal. Rafinha's cross in. Lewandowski coming alive in there. He needed Rudiger to keep a very close eye on Gavi.
It's not hard to make chances against this Real Madrid, though. Look at that, a simple run by Rafinha off Lucas Vazquez, cross into the box.
If Lewandowski haven't gone for that, Gavi was just a step behind him.
When he gets there first, Lewandowski, he gets clattered afterwards by Rudiger. It's interesting for Real Madrid what they do. We know David Alava's back, and of course he hasn't been playing, but he's back and he's in the squad. There's Luka Modric looking on. But they have major problems, don't they, defensively against the better sides. Eder Militao won't be back anytime soon, unfortunately. Either will Dani Carvajal. So we're in the January month now. They can buy players, they can bring people in. It'll be interesting to see if they go for any reinforcements, Madrid, because they are very vulnerable against some of the better teams.
Referee explaining the laws to Lewandowski. If you're injured and you receive treatment from the medical team, you have to go to the sidelines to be checked back on by the 4th official.
There's the goal again. Koundé puts it on a plate. Lovely ball by the Frenchman. But you see, he looks up. Koundé, there's no one around him. Yet he's got his captain, well, what was his captain until Araujo come on, in glorious isolation. It's just incredible.
Well, that is the danger for Real Madrid. They have Lucas Vazquez, who's a winger by trade, playing as right fullback, and Tchouaméni, whose best position is undoubtedly central midfield player, playing as a central defender.
He wonders which side of the pitch you would attack. This is the side, isn't it? You attack this side.
Lamine Yamal to Rafinha. May have put a few dollars more on the head of Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool after Real Madrid made a cheeky bid to sign him in his last 6 months of his contract.
They need a centre defender as well, don't they? They can't just rely on Rudiger and hopefully David Alaba. They need somebody else. I know they got the youngster Asensio in there.
It's kind of square pegs round holes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, very much so. And you can't beat the best on a regular basis if you're doing that. You can get by, but you can't beat the best. And he's been booked.
He's been booked. Camavinga, what is he doing?
And actually, that was worse than his yellow card.
Well, that would generally be a yellow card offence, and he knows it. Remember, he's already been booked.
That is cynical as you like. That should be a sending off.
He's just got away with one big style, hasn't he? It's going to be interesting to hear the views of Ali Moreno, Lucho Garcia at half-time.
I mean, you might not see Camavinga in the second half. You might not see him at all. because anything else, even the slightest of fouls, he's off, because the referee will be told about that one during half-time.
Well, you can't have a VAR for a yellow card offence.
No, you can't, no. But I'm sure someone will have a word.
They'll have a communication. Well, the fourth official will have seen it as well and said, you know what?
Yeah.
Jesus Hilmanthar, you missed one there.
Yeah, you've definitely missed one there. Like that. These cynical fouls like that, they're just as bad as a lot of the silly tackles and stuff.
Generous 9 minutes added to the first half.
Real Madrid started the game, Rob, in the first 5 minutes, 1-0 up, and since then they haven't really done anything, have they? Barcelona have dominated the play, been much the better team.
Well, Ancelotti is a wise man. His words are coming back to bite him. He said the winners are with the team that defend the best. Defence is the difference.
Yes. Well, that's fine, that was okay.
He needs his full motivational powers in the 15-minute recess to realign his team. They did the deal to bring the Spanish Super Cup and change the format, bring it to Saudi Arabia. People wondered what the commitment would be of the players. As you have witnessed, it is full-blooded. We've got a deal to 2029. There has been talk amongst the executives of the two clubs to extend it to 2034. Chesney waiting.
That's too straight, that ball. It has to be played to the side to take the pace off it. You can't play it straight down the middle. It's always going to run through to the goalkeeper. Well done, Lionel Messi shouts again.
I thought it was Messi. He's not coming on. Here's Jules Koundé.
No, there's no chance he's going to be.
Just give it the second coming of Messi. One Lamine Yamal. He's further ahead in these developments than the great Argentinian. Mbappe has gone early. System uncertain whether he's offside or not, so they let play continue. You can see there, Mbappe's recovered from that ankle knock. Vasquez.
And look how high they are. Play him in.
Rodrigo puts it to Vasquez. Vasquez, little back flick, hits the midriff of Balde. And Mbappe's in there. Chesney tries to get there. Rodrigo, and it just seems to
he's offside,
stop
I think.
dead.
Rodrigo was offside.
There's a couple of offside claims in there, weren't there? Well, that certainly wasn't handball.
No.
And then Mbappe was the meat and the sandwich. And Rodrigo was offside.
Now Madrid are trying to play a high line. What
a burst of pace. This from Rafinha. What a tackle that was. Second we've seen from Valverde. There's no room for error there.
I mean, the one thing you would say is that if both teams keep playing like this, the second half is going to be equally as enjoyable with plenty more goals.
Yamal to Koundé. Casado. Kubasi. header from Rudiger sets Bellingham on his way. Will there be gain for his pain? Bellingham to Vinny Jr. Bellingham looks pleadingly at the referee.
Yeah, he thought he was pushed.
Rafinha is giving Vasquez the run around on this near side of the field. Lewandowski, Rafinha, Lamine Yamal. They're showboating now, Barcelona. Gavi. Lamine Yamal. Baldy screaming for the ball. Baldy gets the ball as well. Good control. Fires it in. And Courtois has had to be at his very, very best to keep it down to 3-1 in the first half.
Yeah. Again, toying with Madrid. Moved the ball wide. Shot on target. Tipped over the bar by Thibaut Courtois. So easy. Carlo will have to change it. Have to do something.
That was the high boot from Gavi on Rudiger.
Yeah.
Referee gave the advantage, which they almost took.
It's whether he was pushed, Bellingham, by Koundé.
It's a heavy challenge, wasn't it? Seven minutes of time has been added. Courtois will take those all day long. Sets Rodrigo on his way. Tackle from Casado. Well, the referee's assist on this side thought otherwise. One of the backroom team is in trouble. Inigo Martinez, who was substituted, injured, in a grumpy mood, and has now been yellow carded. I think that ice pack that is on his leg needs to be applied to his head.
Absolutely. Well, look what his injury was. It looked as if it was a hamstring injury, not where the ice was placed. He's sitting on that right hamstring of his.
Rodrigo puts his full might into it. Koundé. Pedri. Lewandowski. Having a helping hand. Rodrigo. Despite being 2 goals down, the one thing that Real Madrid will not do is panic.
No, but they need to know how to play against this high line, because they're not utilising it at all. People running from deep, they have to start using them a little bit better.
Uncertain moment there for Araujo. And that's the tackle the officials didn't like, which so upset Inigo Martinez, who would have been proud of a challenge like that. We won't translate. Can Real Madrid change the course of the evening by getting a goal before
not like that?
Not with passes like that. That is so frustrating for Ancelotti and his coaching team. Now it's a scramble back. Rafinha shakes off Valverde. 4-1 before half-time. Balde is on the dance floor. Barcelona are in dream world.
Yeah, they scored 4 at the Bernabeu in the second half. They've scored 4 tonight in the first half. Wonderful goal, wonderful break, awful from Real Madrid. Then in the last minute of the first half, they've got everybody up for a corner, and they decide to play it short and effectively blow the game. What are they doing? If this happened in an under-10 team, you'd go crazy. What on earth are they doing? Rafinha into Balde, who smashes it past Courtois. Nobody even gets a challenge on any Barcelona player. Lovely break, lovely counter-attack by the Blaugrana. And it was awful yet again defensively by Real Madrid. They have to go back to the drawing board. This cannot persist, otherwise they'll concede 6 and 7s in this game.
Well, it's only the second time they've conceded 4 goals this season. The previous 4 was against Barcelona in the La Liga Clasico. It all looked so good when that man Mbappe scored the opening goal after 5 minutes. But after that, Barcelona were on a roll. It needs to be a big turnaround in the second.
Coverage of the Spanish Super Cup is presented by Lexus.
Barcelona flying high after that first half of football against their eternal rival Real Madrid. It is 4-1 to Hansi Flick's men. Real Madrid are in trouble, Ellie.
Yes, they are. And this is a sort of embarrassing performance that creates and generates fights in a locker room. Because if I'm Fede Valverde, I'm sitting down in the locker room and I'm yelling across the locker room to Vini and I'm saying, hey, are you going to do something or are you just going to walk around? Huh? Are you just going to pout or are you going to do something in the attack? Here I am covering ground for you while you turn the ball over. It's embarrassing right now from Real Madrid.
We do see Dani Ceballos coming on, so let's get it back out to our commentators for the second half. It is Rob Palmer and Steve McManaman.
Well, all going according to plan for FC Barcelona for superbly taking goals. You can see there's a unity. They don't want to go out individually. They want to go out as a team. Meanwhile, in the Real Madrid changing room, I'm sure the riot has been read by Carlo Ancelotti. Knocking a few heads together. Challenging a few of the egos. Bringing on Dani Ceballos for the second half.
Well, Dani Ceballos was always going to come on because Eduard Camavinga had to come off, Rob, because he should have been sent off in the first half. He got away with one, so they can't take any chances. The only surprise is they haven't put a centre defender on, someone who can properly defend, and move Tchouaméni up front, Tchouaméni into the midfield. That was my only concern. David Alaba must be nowhere near fit. I don't know why he's sitting on the bench, because they haven't utilised him at all, even in the most dangerous games like today. Asensio hasn't come on, so it's just papering over the cracks, really.
Well, as you can see from that, it has been the brilliance of Barcelona coming back after Mbappe had caught them cold after 5 minutes of the game with a sensational goal. But it's Hansi Flick's young team who are bossing the game.
They brought on a midfielder, but they have to perform better defensively, Real Madrid. Otherwise, they're going to concede more. It was an awful first half display from them.
Well, Camavinga had to go, didn't he? He was very lucky to be on the field of play. He was cautioned for the first challenge that led to the penalty. Thigh height. And then, stupidly, a couple of minutes later, committed a foul that was probably worthy of a second yellow card. Certainly Hansi Flick isn't going to change his team around. There's been a great unity amongst this young side.
No, they probably glossed over it because of the scoreline. But if it was 1-1 or they were losing 1-0, it should have been. It wasn't a probably. It was a definitely should have been a yellow card. He got away with one.
There is Vini Jr. Seen very little of an incredible talent in the opening 45 minutes. As you rightly pointed out, 4 goals in the second half in La Liga, 4 goals in the first half. It's 8 goals in 90 minutes for Real Madrid against Barcelona. They need 3 in the next 45 to change the course of history. Vinicius Jr. gets around Jules Koundé, hands it to the far post. Spare man is Rodrigo. Oh, he put everything into that.
That's the woodwork. Should have scored, Rob. Should have scored. It looks cool. It looks quite sexy when it careers off the metal of the goal, but actually he should have scored. Should have scored.
Goalkeeper committed, not a defender anywhere to be seen. He hides his face in despair, but at least Real Madrid are showing their face in the second half, but they left themselves open at the back. Barcelona going for a 5th goal. Rafinha keeps his head, keeps his feet, keeps his balance. A fantastic 5th for Barcelona. This is history in the making. The Madrid Empire is falling apart.
Yeah, and this will not stop, Rob. This will not stop. The ease. And I said it in the first half, I said it 2 minutes ago, it's embarrassing. How can you defend like this when you haven't got any defenders in your team? Look where they are, trying to play offside in their own half. This is like amateur school. Tchouaméni can't keep up with him, flips back onto his left foot. I mean, he's running into bodies, at least let him shoot with his right foot. You can't let him come back onto his left, where he's even stronger. I mean, Courtois must be pulling his hair out. It's 5. Stay tuned, this could get more and more and more.
Well, Rafinha is looking for that match ball as a souvenir. He scored the 3rd and the 5th goals. Now, this is a test of Real Madrid. They're used to bossing the games. Up in the presidential lounge, they're unmoved inside his heart. Is going to be coming through his chest, isn't he, Laporta?
Oh yes, 1-0 down. He's probably thinking, what's going to happen? And suddenly they're not even at the not even close to the hour mark, and they're 5-1 up.
Well, this is a masterclass from Barcelona. They scored 7 against Valladolid earlier in the season. And remember, the best chance in the second half before that had been this man Rodrigo. I always describe Spanish football as entertaining in discipline.
Yeah.
And this is living up to it.
I mean, Madrid is trying to play offside. They've got a right-back who can't play right-back, and they've got a centre defender who's a centre midfielder. And they're trying to be clever. Just drop, follow the ball. Take your medicine. But no, they're trying to... Look, they're doing it now.
Oh, and again, the defence opens up. Gavi. To Lewandowski. There's a murmur of disbelief around the King Abdullah Stadium.
There's a murmur of disbelief with me. I cannot believe they can play like this badly.
You're clearly showing your former Real Madrid colours. The Barcelona supporters out there will be having a ball.
Oh, Barcelona are brilliant.
Absolutely, they're cracking open the carver now.
Absolutely, they are exploiting every opportunity they get, and rightly so.
Well, they're bringing on another defender in a moment, Real Madrid. The horse is bolted, Rudiger.
Yeah, you're right, mate. The horse is well bolted. And Lamine Yamal just stepping over, forcing fouls. I mean, as you said, I think it's a bit late now. This is well gone, this.
Raul Asensio is coming on, who's an extra defender. This may be damage limitation.
Yes, the captain going off, Lucas Vázquez.
Well, Asensio will go into the right-back role undoubtedly. Vázquez has been a weakness, one of the many weaknesses for Real Madrid tonight. Maybe hastening the need for them to move into the transfer market for a world-class right-back. Sorry, Liverpool fans.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but normally a defeat like this, they need some PR, and normally they do go into the transfer market. I'm not saying they're going to buy a right back, but they could easily bring in a centre defender, because this has been a walloping, hasn't it? This has.
Absolutely. Well, it looks as though Asensio's gone into centre of defence. Valverde has gone to right back, and they've taken Tchouaméni out of defence into midfield, his more natural position. Courtois comes, who has been completely exposed tonight. By far the worst Real Madrid defensive performance of the season. They look like scoring every time they go forward, Barcelona. Lamine Yamal taken down, full strike, Rudiger, yellow card incoming.
Yeah, and this is the next step, isn't it? The ill-discipline. You need to be mentally strong for Madrid, because the Barcelona players will now start to take the mickey a little bit. They'll start showboating, they'll start flicking, they'll start stepping over. You cannot get sent off. Yes, it's embarrassing, but you have to take your medicine and be disciplined and get on with the game. This game's gone.
Pedri flips it to Araujo. Bellingham, 2 Barcelona players to deal with. Luka Modric. I don't think he's going to be thanking Ancelotti for throwing him out there.
Yeah. Go on, Luka. We're 5-1 down. Go in there. Go and turn the game around for us.
Change the course of history.
Yeah, the further you are from this game, the better. You don't want to be anywhere near this result.
Let's focus on the excellence of Barcelona. They had that sensational start to the season under Hansi Flick, who re-energised the club. Bellingham plays it through. Mbappe, is he taken down by Chesney?
No, he said
well,
no.
If he had been taken down, that could have been a red card. It may still be reviewed. We had a review in the first half, remember, of the penalty incident.
And the referee's booking everybody. The referee had a really good position, so we'll wait and see. I mean, if he does bring him down, it's a red card. He's going off, of course it is. But why would Mbappe fall over when he's got an open goal to knock it into?
Well, that's his defence committee. Ancelotti will have video down there.
This is Bellingham puts Mbappe through. He's onside.
Initially, he's onside.
So it's just whether there's contact. That's the only thing. Well, this would be a better angle. Yeah.
Well,
so there's contact. He should be sent off, the goalkeeper. He catches him with his foot. To add more intrigue to this game, we thought there might be a sending off for Real Madrid, Rob. It could easily be for Chesney.
Well, it's Vinny Jr. who was booked for taking his process a little bit too far. And again, the VAR is going to be a central figure here. It's impossible to judge this in real speed, but when you see the slow motion, he clearly takes out Mbappe, doesn't he?
Yeah, he takes his left foot out, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised the referee didn't give it at the time. Otherwise, why would one of the world's best centre-forwards fall over when he goes round the goalkeeper? They'll slow it down, they'll have the impact where the impact is. There you go. That's the end of it, really.
Yeah, did he? Drake just left the foot out there, didn't he?
Yeah.
The only debate was whether Mbappe was offside in the build-up, and he wasn't.
Yeah, it's a foul, and he's going to go off. It's that left foot of Kylian Mbappe's and the right foot of the goalkeeper. So why would he go down when he's got an empty net to stick it in?
The game that has had everything has another twist. Chesney, who just got his place in the team, walks the plank. Means that Barcelona are going to be playing with 10 men. They're going to have to make a substitution to bring on Iñaki Peña to face a penalty. Oh, sorry, to face the free kick, yeah. If it had been a penalty, of course, he would have stayed on the field of play. Good point, Steve.
Double jeopardy, yeah. Yeah, it's only a free kick. That's why Madrid are upset, but it is what it is. It's a foul, it's a red card. It's 11 against 10.
Well, Peña gets an unexpected call here. He has been the #1 keeper since Ter Stegen picked up a horrible injury at the start of the season, but he's lost his place after turning up late for a team meeting. That allowed Chesney to come in. Now Chesney has blotted his copybook. Vinny Jr. just needs to walk away from that. He's just been booked. They've got to give the goalkeeper time to get his shin guards on. And of course, it has to be a readjustment now for Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
Because they've got to defend the 4-goal lead.
Yeah, I don't think that'll be an issue. It looks as if there's a rafter, so it looks like Dani Olmo's going to come on, so a couple of... He's going to bring another... He'll have to bring another outfield player off, won't he? For the goalkeeper. Who says these games are boring? Got everything going on today.
I think I've been privileged to work on over 50 Clásicos over the years. And you always expect the unexpected. We've had pigs' heads thrown at players. We've had supporters handcuff themselves to goalposts. One year the crossbar actually broke and we were delayed for 20 minutes as they had to find a replacement goal. And now, an unexpected twist.
Well, Lamine Yamal's come off, so they're protecting the youngster. And he has been injured, so
it's going to be a double change.
Yeah, so
Lamine doesn't look best pleased.
No, he doesn't. No,
leaving the party early. Gavi accepting it. Of course, he's on the comeback trail. Only his 5th start of the season.
I mean, he's missed games of late, hasn't he, Lamine Yamal? They don't need to take any chances with him. They are 5-1 up.
He's only started for the previous 11. He will accept it. He'll be upset. But he was the scorer of the equalising goal. It seems an age ago. We had 9 minutes added to the first half, and there'll be a lot more added to the second half. Make no plans for the rest of the day. They're getting the money's worth, these Saudi supporters.
Yes, they are.
He'll attend to the free kick once he's had a little sip of water. Is the pendulum suddenly swinging back the way of Real Madrid? Rodrigo. Oh! Another twist! They're down, but they're certainly not out. A magnificent 7th goal in this game. It was a long wait for that free kick, but it's jolly well worth it.
What a hit by Rodrigo. The one thing you would say is that it was a mistake by Iñaki Peña. He's only just come on the field, so he's probably not warmed up, so you can't criticise him that much. But Rodrigo's smashed the ball goalkeeper side. Didn't go over the wall. It wasn't a delicate free kick. It was just hit with power and a little tiny bit of bend at the goalkeeper, who fails to stop it.
The last time Barcelona scored 4 goals in the first half against Real Madrid was 82 years ago, and that game ended 5-5.
Oh, imagine this ending 5-5.
It's a possibility.
It's everything.
It's an hour gone.
Could be anything.
There's often debates about what is the best league in the world, but there's nothing quite like Spanish football. Sebas, Mbappe, Vinicius Junior. Rodrigo really took the responsibility on, didn't he, to get himself to the head of the queue to take that free kick. So many exponents. Valverde, Mbappe, Vinny Junior. But Rodrigo knew what he was doing. He had a plan. His 5th goal in 6 games. Vinny Junior. Jude Bellingham. Rodrigo. Bellingham. Supplies the substitute. Olmo. Oh, my goodness gracious.
He had to get some of the ball. Oh no, he didn't. God, he took his time, the referee, didn't he?
Well, he thought about it, didn't he? It was one of those cards that could have been red or yellow.
Oh,
it was kind of an amber one. And in real time, the referee sees yellow. But again, I think this is going to be reviewed.
This was a cruncher and a half. No, it was okay, actually. It's not a red. It was low enough. He does get a bit of the ball.
Yeah.
If anything, he gets the ball first on his heel.
Credit to Tchouaméni.
Yeah.
Got a slice of the ball.
Yeah, there's the Kylian Mbappe offside, onside, and you can clearly see it was onside. We knew that in play. And the right boot of Chesney, the right leg's outstretched, catches Mbappe, and that should have been saved by the goalie. That's goalkeeper, right at the goalkeeper. Has a good look at it. Just hasn't got the power in his wrist. Keeps the game alive. That's what it does.
Another one of the superstars is about to take to the stage. Luka Modric. Well, they're taking no further risks with
And rightly so.
Tchouameni.
Rightly so.
That missed-time challenge.
Camavinga first, then Tchouameni.
But they're taking off a defensive midfield player and bringing on a magician.
Yeah.
39 years of age. Former World Player of the Year. Miracle of science. He's only missed one game all season, Luka Modric. Looking to win his 5th Spanish Super Cup. That's some way off.
Yeah, he brings a modicum of control, though, doesn't he, Luka Modric? It's not chaotic when he's on. He controls the game, and now it's 11 against 10. They can go forward.
Vinny Jr. on the blind side of Araujo. First test of him. Mbappe drops the shoulder. Araujo is struggling to contain him. Lays it back in, and it's Dani Olmo to the rescue for Barcelona. Olmo has been grabbing the headlines all week with the uncertainty surrounding his Barcelona future. And he's thrown in that Valverde playing in this attacking right full-back position to Modric.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Madrid do in the future about this right-back position, whether they stick with Lucas Vazquez or move Fede Valverde out there, because he can play there and he's got incredible energy. They have lots of centre midfielders.
Iñaki Peña didn't get a chance to get a touch of the ball. It whizzed past his ears. Valverde. The run from Rodrigo. Cool-headed defending from Kubasi.
Yeah, he did well, the youngster. Read it really well. It's angle. I mean, I don't know why he falls over though here and goes because he didn't even get touched, but it is what it is.
It was a little incident that was caught by the match director.
Yeah, Asensio and Casado.
Well, the game's coming thick and fast. Real Madrid head back home. And they've got a Copa del Rey match on Thursday night against Celta de Vigo. Our coverage 3:30 Eastern Time on ESPN+. He looks the same whether his team are winning 5-2 or losing 5-2.
I was going to say
never
that.
gives it away.
I was going to say that.
He's a man of dignity. After the semi-final, was a scuffle on the field. Some coaches would defend his players to the hilt. He said it was all a little unnecessary.
Yeah, Vinny Jr. was on a yellow card. Catches Jules Koundé. Little scrape down the Achilles. Not a nice one, that. It's a painful one. We're talking about more goals, Rob. It's more red cards.
Here's Rudiger. Asensio, behind you was the cry. Valverde, nothing else for it, just hoist the ball forward.
Correct, get it up the field.
Three-quarters of the game has passed. Vini Jr. cut out by Araujo. Here's Modric. Can he impose himself on the game? Valverde. Rodrigo. Rudiger. Mendy. Bit disappointed none of our pundits in the FC studio predicted something like this.
I know. 3-2, 3-2. Nobody said 5-2, did they?
I don't think it's ended there, you know.
No,
this is Mendy to Bellingham to Vini Jr. Is there a goal in the air? Ceballos teases the ball to Rodrigo. Rodrigo hangs it in there. Koundé. Asensio. Rodrigo. Valverde. In the cross, Bellingham trying to ghost in at the far post, but too much on the pass. He's the one player they need to unleash. He's been in incredible form in recent months. Jude Bellingham, 7 goals in his last 9 matches. It's been a great day for Real Madrid because they've actually lost top spot in La Liga as well. Atletico beat Osasuna earlier today. So they've all played 19 matches now, and their cross-capital rivals, Atletico, are top of the table.
Yeah, but it's a really... I mean, if it stays like this anyway, well, certainly the result, not necessarily the scoreline, it'd be great for Barcelona. They need a little bit of confidence. Before Christmas, when they lost to Atletico, they were the better team, but lost. They've started just to fall down the table a little bit. If they can respond with a performance like this and a trophy, it'll be great for Hansi Flick and the boys.
Raul Asensio. Koundé will try to guide it out of play.
Yeah, it's an awful ball really from the youngster Asensio. He can't. Anything like that, just flat and straight over the top, it does nobody any favours.
It's like a boxing referee, isn't he? Get them both together, cooling their heads, buying a little bit of time. A reminder that you can help people affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. Come on, and he's a creative player, but his best work since entering the field of play has been to help mop up in defence.
Yeah, I mean, that's it for Barcelona, as in being creative. They don't need any more goals, do they? They just need to keep it nice and tight now. Be nicely condensed, be together, move from side to side and just snuff out the Real Madrid attacks. You don't need to go and score 6 and 7. You just need to hold on really now and keep it as comfortable as possible. Be difficult to break down and difficult to beat. Just get this game over and done with.
if Real Madrid could get the third goal. They are the masters of peaking late. In the La Liga catch-up game against Valencia, they were trailing until the 85th minute. That man Modric equalised, and that man Jude Bellingham, after missing a penalty, scored the winner in minute 96. So they have a record of staying power.
Brahim Diaz, Fran Garcia going to come on for Real Madrid. One's a left back, one's a midfielder, of course, so it'll be interesting to see what Carlo does, who he's going to bring off, and if he's protecting people with yellow cards, if he feels the game's gone.
Vinicius Junior, Dani Ceballos, Modric, who has been an attacking masterclass from Barcelona, but Flick's team have shown that they can organise themselves as a 10.
Yeah.
Imagine people are just tuning in and not realising that Barcelona are a player lighter than Real Madrid. Modric, Ceballos, and they have turned defence into attack very quickly.
Yeah,
Barcelona, and they do so again.
He wants his hat-trick, Rafinha.
He does, Rafinha. That's going through his mind. Passes on to Robert Lewandowski. He's looking for his second of the game. Remember at one point early in the first half, we were given a graphic that told us that Barca had 80% of the possession. Well, that tide is very much turned, but they're doing an excellent job, having lost Wojciech Szczesny. A further double change.
Yeah, this was expected, left back for left back, that's no problem. It's Bellingham.
And Fran Garcia will bring legs and energy to the left-hand side. Straight swap with Mendy. And interestingly, Jude Bellingham, who since joining Real Madrid so often has been the late saviour. Thought he was coming off. Yeah. No, they're sending him back the other way.
No, wrong
miscommunication. I say something is lost in translation, but they brought their own officials with them from Spain.
I know. Vinny Jr. coming off, it looks like, anyway. He's had a yellow card, and they don't want him missing any more games. He's already got 2 to save, hasn't he?
Decision is made. Well, the Real Madrid supporters inside the stadium would like to have seen a little bit more of Vinicius Jr. He seems to be accepting the decision of the coach. Brahim Diaz will come on, swimming against the tide. Now Asensio just contains his temper there. He gets a yellow card. He got himself into a bit of trouble after the game against Mallorca the other night.
Yeah, he did.
Bad-mouthing Maffeo.
Yeah, he gets a little bit heated, doesn't he, Raul Asensio, when he doesn't need to.
Now things are getting a little unsavoury.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Brahim Diaz and Castro, nothing much in it. But you're right, you don't want it to descend into a farce, really, where everybody's just fouling each other. Let's talk about the goals and the great goals on show.
Araujo leaving it for Koundé. Slightly panicked clearance from Jules Koundé. Lewandowski, it looks like he's going the distance. There have been times in recent months where they've withdrawn Robert Lewandowski with 20-30 minutes going. He's handled the game well, Jesus Manzano, taken on board the advice of the VAR for the penalty in the first half and the dismissal of the goalkeeper in the second half.
Strange. Rafinha gets a bit of cramp. I think he'd be fit enough.
As we have a break, little reminder what we have on the menu coming up. Match day 20. Barcelona heading to Getafe on Saturday, 3 o'clock Eastern time as we start the second half of the season. And Real Madrid finally get to play at the Bernabeu again, hosting Las Palmas, 10:15 Eastern time. Of course, without Vinny Jr. serving the first of his 2-game suspension.
Yeah, Ferran Torres going to come on for Rafinha. Straight swap, really.
Rafinha will settle for the 2 goals. Another platinum performance from the Brazilian. Ferran Torres will come on for the last 12 minutes or so. Corner, Real Madrid.
Yeah, time is of the essence now for Los Blancos. They need a goal, they need it quickly. Yes, there'll be injury time, but they need to build pressure, so they need a goal.
Modric delivers. Superb defending, taken quickly. Luka Modric. Dani Ceballos. Garcia. Rodrigo. And Garcia come to that point where they just want to launch the ball forward and they're throwing the big man into the centre. It was Rudiger who got in there, creating a bit of havoc, winning the corner.
Yeah, they had everybody left up from the previous Luka Modric corner, so they may as well have tossed it in there. It needs to be better for Modric. He's hit the front man twice now.
Modric puts his full might into it, but a confidence-building save for Iñaki Peña. Balde. Pedri. Araujo. Lewandowski. Dani Olmo.
This is how you keep the ball, isn't it, with 10 men?
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jules Koundé. 10 minutes remaining. Barcelona protecting a 3-goal lead. But just joining us, a man down after keeper Chesney was sent off. It's been a gutsy game of football.
We had it last year when they played each other in this tournament. It was 4-1, wasn't it, Madrid? Now it's another 7 goals today. And it's an incredible fixture, these two teams. The goals they offer up for us as well, the entertainment value is second to none.
No playing out from the back, which is the Barcelona style. Almost kicking for touch now.
Yeah.
Buying time. Let's hope that Rafinha's okay. It's just fatigue that's playing its part.
Yeah, but to be honest though, since they went down to 10 men, Barcelona, they've been very comfortable, haven't they? I don't think Madrid have made a chance really of any note.
Rodrigo. The referee has to stop the play if he thinks it's a head injury. Castello is holding his head. Yes, there's an edge whenever these two teams are in competition, but it has been played in a wonderful sporting spirit. It was an accidental collision, which doesn't take the pain away.
Yeah.
Modric needs to sprinkle some magic into this game. Asensio. That was a defender's pop at goal.
Yeah, it was. He just needs the patience to let it fall. There's nobody on him, but he takes it too early, just skies it. Outside of the right foot, you see he just gets under the ball and puts it way, way over. He could have easily waited. Juan Laporta still to the cheers of the Barcelona fans in the stadium.
As you can hear, the supporters are seeing on the big screen what you're seeing on your screen at home as well. It's like pantomime season, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Still cheering for somebody called Messi.
Well, they've got Ronaldo in this country. I don't think there's any hope of Lionel Messi joining in that. I'm sure Lionel will be watching at home in the United States. Envious that he's not taking part in such a volcanic game of football. Valverde blocked by Dani Olmo. Can Lionel Messi's former side hold on? That's a picture of Florentino Perez.
Isn't it just?
He's not had a good week. He actually made it late to Saudi Arabia. Like Alex Kirkland, our reporter, he got caught between airports and didn't make the presidential lunch. Modric with yet another corner. Balls to Jude Bellingham. Bellingham got caught in a trap.
Yeah, he gets caught by Kubasi.
It was after the event, wasn't it? Kubasi.
Yeah, he gets a shot away and it's just the follow through. No penalty, no, not looking at that.
There's been a lot of negativity around Barcelona after the final 3 games of the first half of the season. Brought them only 1 point, a draw against Betis, defeat against Leganes and Atletico Madrid. But look on the bright side, we're through to the last 16 in the Champions League. 5 wins in 6 matches in the elite European competition. And Hansi Flick is on the verge of claiming his first trophy. And they're in the frame in La Liga as well, and they've got players coming back.
Yeah, that's the bigger picture. They were actually the much better side against Atletico Madrid, and how they lost the game was just through sheer naivety, really. They were by far the best side. So they're not far away.
Tobias in there. Rudiger chose to control the ball rather than head it.
What's a centre defender trying to chest it down when he's 6 yards away from goal for?
Well, that used to be the calling card, didn't it, of Sergio Ramos in games like this, and send Ramos forward, and how many vital goals did he score as an emergency centre forward. Well, Rudiger is taking on the Ramos role. Fran Garcia. Kylian Mbappe. He was caught mid-flight by Araujo. Did his best to get out of the way, but it wasn't enough. And now he is in the referee's bad book.
It's just, he was onside, wasn't he? Kubasi was playing him on. Flips inside. And he gets a bit fortunate, actually. But it was an arm around his waist to bring him down.
Yeah. You can't really dispute the yellow card.
No.
Modric leaves it for Rodrigo. Well, did score that sensational free kick early in the second half. Rudiger. Fran Garcia. Valverde. Oh, it's a poor pass. It's a tired pass from Fede Valverde. Well, Asensio goes flying in, and we're sitting on a yellow card. Rodrigo. Koundé tiptoeing through some tigerish tackles.
Someone else is getting a yellow card.
He's missed nothing, has he? And needs to get the security team onto Rafinha.
No, I mean, doesn't he know it's the 89th minute? What on earth is he playing at?
Unnecessary, isn't it?
It's ridiculous, actually. That's fine. And that's a foul. He gives him and he get the foul for that. I mean, I don't know what he's playing at. Come on.
There's no need to get upset. He scored 2 goals. He's being one of the leading men in this brilliant Barcelona performance. Tale of 2 halves. First half where Barcelona scored the 4 goals, and an early second half one, and then after that they've had to show that they can defend as well as attack, and they have done it brilliantly.
Yeah, they've been excellent. They've been by far the better team. They've shown a little bit of maturity actually since they went down to 10 men. Yes, they conceded, but since then they've been absolutely fine. They've defended really well in a nice pattern, hard to break down. They've allowed Madrid to go wide because they know they can handle them in the centre defensive area.
Just a question of how much bonus time. We had 8 minutes in there, 9 minutes in the first half, 8 to be added in the second. Kylian Mbappe hasn't given up hope. Mbappe to Bellingham. Bellingham, was he taken out mid-strike? Well, there's not a lot of appeal from his teammates.
No, I think he gets the ball, Koundé, and it's an amazing tackle because Mbappe sends him and then he puts him in and he just gets the slightest touch on it into the hands of Iñaki Peña.
Job exceptionally well done by Jules Koundé. It's a crazy thing to say when you're leading the game 5-2, but Barcelona really have had to work for this. It's a team in its infancy. The likes of Casano, 21, Pedri, 22, Gavi, 20 years of age. Even Balde's only 21. Valverde fires it across the face of goal, but all of the Barca bases are covered.
Well, Rob, once they get their finances sorted out, they're going to be the powerhouse they once were, aren't they? Because the homegrown talent is exceptional. If they can add to that.
Well, they have excelled in adversity, Barcelona Football Club. It's always a front page as well as a back page story.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem. But you know, once their new stadium, which is they should be in very soon, but won't be finished, but it'll be finished next year. You know, once that comes in online, that'll generate more finances, and it'll be, you know, one of the best stadiums in the world again. And you think then they'll start to build, but you know, this will certainly help Hansi Flick's first trophy.
Not a single soul is even considering leaving the stadium. Here's Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe, Rudiger in that unusual striking position. Tells a tale when the Rudiger is allegedly in an offside position.
I don't know how. I mean, that's not Rudiger. I mean, that's, well, again, that shouldn't be given really, but Rudiger did miscontrol it. I mean, he should have scored, Rudiger, shouldn't he? And then VAR could have looked at the Kylian Mbappe offside, or was it offside?
Brilliant defending from Araujo. He certainly answered the call.
And he gets a kick for his troubles.
Yeah, it was, I think it landed on his hand. He's the man who had a thigh operation back in July. He has been the subject of a bid of, we believe, around 35 million euros from Juventus, which Barcelona are livid about.
Yeah.
I think he's worth double that. And really don't want to lose him.
Yeah, he's only really one of the outfield players that they could effectively sell. Lewandowski they can't sell, he's too old. You know, Rafinha's in good form. And a lot of the youngsters, of course, they could sell, but they're priceless to a certain extent. So they looked at Araujo because of his contract situation, but as you rightly said, he's worth way more than 35 euros. 35 million euros, sorry.
It's Fran Garcia. Ceballos. Luka Modric to Rodrigo to Valverde. Modric. Rudiger's in there. That's what Real have unfortunately become reduced to, just launching the ball in for the big man. Well, Hansi Flicker's come to the club and he has transformed this team. He hasn't had room for manoeuvre. Had to graduate a couple of players. Remember last season, second, 10 points behind Real Madrid in La Liga. Araujo heads the ball away. Valverde. Brahim Diaz. Good defending by Alex Balde. Olmo. Pedri. Koundé. Koundé inside to Olmo. Here's the one more goal for the history books here for Barcelona. They're teasing Real Madrid. Lewandowski just stuck at his feet. And you can see the hunger in the players when they're having a go at Lewandowski for not finishing that off.
Yeah, if Lewandowski would have just let it go through his legs, Dani Olmo had an absolute tap-in. He was furious, Dani Olmo.
Brilliant from Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe cuts inside. Mbappe, oh, super save from Iñaki Peña. Everybody in the Barcelona team is playing a part.
Yeah, brilliant by the goalkeeper. Lovely by Mbappe. Touch past Koundé, gets his shot away, but great save. That time a very strong left arm, left hand to turn it round the post.
Modric. Missed kick from Valverde. Asensio heads it up there. Rudiger once more. Peña will just hang on to the ball, have a look at the stadium clock, slow down the heartbeat of the game.
Yeah, all the Barcelona coaching staff and players are on their feet, waiting to celebrate.
And just a couple of minutes remaining here, of course. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here on ABC. Head over to ESPN Plus to get the analysis from our top team. And also the Barcelona supporters, I'm sure, will be sticking with us for the trophy lift as well. I think we might be losing one or two of the Real Madrid supporters at that point. But I'm sure they'll want to hear what our wise men, led by Kay Murray, are saying after the game. So much to analyse. And there have been positives for Real Madrid. But this is a team of superstars who could have gone into hiding when they were trailing by 5-1, but they have knuckled down and they have really made a fight of it. This is Mbappe, which makes the victory for Barcelona all the sweeter.
Oh yeah, but the best team have easily won, haven't they? They've exploited Real Madrid's weakness, and rightly so. And only for the red card for Chesney, it could have been more goals, let's be honest. It's been a great game. As I said, you have to take the rough with the smooth. Barcelona were beaten comfortably last year, but they've responded and won the trophy this year. Brilliant performance from them.
Brahim Diaz taken down mid-flight, tired tackle. Hansi Flick wins his first trophy as a Barcelona manager, man who has won every final that he has coached in. They had to win it the hard way. They were trailing after just 5 minutes of the game, after a sensational goal from Kylian Mbappe. But then their stars came out to shine. Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski, a couple from Rafinha, Balde on the score sheet as well. A game that had everything. A red card, a penalty, a mini comeback from Real Madrid as well. My thanks to Steve McManaman for guiding us through the game. Now thanks to our ABC audience. And if you want to catch the analysis and the mop-up at the end of the game, join the team on ESPN+.
Don't miss the new era of El Clasico, the biggest club game in the world, between Real Madrid and